All right, guys, let's take a look at the Seiko Speedtimer in a larger variant, this time a 41.3 millimeter case versus that smaller, 39 millimeter they had come out with like a year or two ago. This is the SSC927 using the caliber V192. That is a quartz solar chronograph with a date. I think I pointed this out before. That date is like kind of sunken way down in there. Not extremely useful for most people, but if your eyes are young and sharp, you should be able to pick up the fact that it is the 19th right there. But that is one area I'll start right out of the gate that I almost wish Seiko would have just done a no date with this versus what they've done here. Other than that, I think it's a great looking watch, and I would treat it as a no date. Of course, I would set the date because it is quartz, and you really only have to change it once in a while. So big thanks to Tyler and the entire crew at Exquisite Timepieces for sending over so many great watches, so many great Seikos. You guys know I'm a Seiko fanboy, and I think many of you guys are as well. So without their help and support, I wouldn't be able to see like some amazing watches, and then I wouldn't be able to share them with you guys. So I really appreciate Exquisite's support, continued support of both the watch community and the Random Rob channel. Now let's get into this. This is a 40, well, I already said the width, but 41.3 millimeters is what I measure the width. The lug to lug, I measure 45.9, so 46 mil. The thickness, I measure 13.3. You have a single domed sapphire crystal. You can see the distortion there, but it is indeed sapphire. That is nice. The lug width here, this one kind of threw me off. I think it's a 20. I don't want to take the bracelet off. This is a brand new watch. But when I measure it, like right there, it's like, is it 21? I mean, it measures at 20.7-ish. It's hard to get in there. So I'm hesitant to say that it's a 20 mil. If any of you guys that own one of these have taken it off and actually measured it, I don't know if you guys want to chime in. So I measured it at like 20.7, which means it would be like a 21 millimeter width. So I think it's actually a 21. I could be wrong. The crown, non-screw down crown, machined look, it is a 7 millimeter crown. This still does have a 100 meter water resist on it. That's not too hard to achieve with modern materials. So you have an aluminum, I believe aluminum bezel insert with a tachometer ring on this. It is a non-rotating bezel, of course. And you can see I have the chronograph hand running. So I've had it running for a while. Let's go ahead and stop it and let it reset it and see what it does. A nice smooth sweep all the way back to home. And of course you have your running seconds over there at the 9 o'clock position. If you click this bottom button without the chronograph going, that subdial at 6 o'clock will point to where it is on its charge. It's currently at full, F is full. So that's a nice little feature to have with a quartz solar watch, so you know what kind of battery life you have. So setting the watch easy, just pop the crown out, set it, push it in, no problem. Bracelet, nice. It does taper down to 18 millimeter. You only have 2 micro adjusts, double pusher for the, pop this off, for the clasp. This one is a special edition. And I see the pins. I don't see a collar or a split, so I think it's a collared in the center. So I think it's a pin that goes all the way through and there's a collar in the center. Again, I haven't sized it, so I can't confirm that 100%, but based on what I've handled in the past, it looks like it's a pin and a collar in the middle. So let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. Price point on these, pretty affordable. I think you're above the $500 mark, but not too far above. And you have some great colorways. I really like the yellow one. They just released this red one, the blue one I have in the background, and a yellow one. I was very tempted to pick up the yellow one. I hadn't seen a whole lot of splashy yellow chronographs like that, and it just really looked good. And I do prefer the 41 millimeter of the Speedtimer over the previous release that Seiko did of that 39 millimeter. These just balance out on my wrist better. Let's give it a quick blast with my new UV light. Picked this up at a rock shop. of all places, right? Because they use these for spotting Uper lights up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Those rocks like kind of glow and stuff. Maybe I'll get some of those rocks in here and I'll show you. Who cares about that? That's kind of my wife's gig. But man, this thing is a beast, and it has more of a beam versus a flood. So I can probably share a link to this in Amazon if you guys are interested in this. But I'd like to play around with it a little bit more. And it comes with like a rechargeable battery. Pretty nice system. So, all right, let's kill the lights. Check the lume on this guy. Seiko never disappoints. There it is. Great lume on this guy. Thanks for watching. Link in the description down below. Tell Tyler or whoever you end up getting a hold of over at Exquisite that I sent you. But man, when you're looking at, I got to tell you guys, real side note, I met up with Tyler when I was at Exquisite not that long ago. And him and I connected pretty good because he also has a love and a passion for the more affordable watches. That's kind of my jam. Obviously, I love to show the more expensive and luxury side of things too. But really my heart lies with the more affordable side of things. And I think Tyler does too. So I think if you talk to him and you're looking for, you know, the more affordable, even entry luxury and stuff like that, I think you'll get the vibe. You'll see what you'll understand what I'm talking about. So try to get a hold of Tyler if you can, but I'll see you guys on the next vid.